All right, so we have 8 minus square root of 45 minus negative 2 plus square root of 20. Any ideas how we would subtract those two expressions? Yes?
We have to break our square roots apart.
What do you mean by break them square roots apart?
We go back to 3.
Okay, so we have to simplify both square roots first. You can only add or subtract square roots if they are exactly the same. Like you could subtract the square root of 6 and the square root of 6. You cannot subtract the square root of 45 and the square root of 20 because they're different. They're like having an x and a y. There's no way to combine them. So we're going to simplify them first, and hopefully they're the same. If they're not, we don't combine them. If they are, then we can combine them. So let's break down the square root of 45. 45 we have 5 times 9. 9 we have 3 times 3. Okay? If I'm taking a square root, what am I looking for? We're looking for pairs. Okay? If we're taking a cube root, we're looking for triples. Okay? So I have a pair of 3's. So that gives me the square root of 3 squared times 5. And if I simplify that further, what's that going to give me?
9 times 5.
Well, it's the square root of 45. We're trying to simplify. We don't want to put everything back together.
It's 3 times
3 times the square root of 5. Square root of 3 squared is 3. I can't take the square root of 5, so it's just root 5.
Wait,
So-
why do we move our 5 out there?
You can't take the square root of 5. It's not squared.
But we can't do the square root of 3.
What's the square root of 3 squared?
What do you mean? Okay, the square root of 3
Square root of 3 squared.
squared to square root.
It's just 3.
Because they cancel out. Okay.
Right, because they cancel out. Yep.
That is wrong.
Okay, so that gives me 8 minus 3 root 5. Now over here I have to simplify the square root of 20. So I have 2 and 10, which gives me 2 and 5. I have a pair of 2's. So that gives me 2 squared times 5. Square root of 2 squared is 2 root 5. So I have negative 2 plus 2 root 5. All right, now I can combine like terms.
Wait, could you 2 and 9 times 7?
Okay, so we can combine like terms. If they have a root, they're like terms. It's kind of like having a 3x and a 2x. They're like terms. These don't have roots, so you can combine those. So I have 8 minus negative 2. What's that give me? 10. And I have negative 3 root 5 minus positive 2 root 5. So it's negative 3 minus 2 gives me negative 5 root 5. And we leave the roots the way they are. So your final answer is 10 minus 5 root 5.